Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening to one and all. As we wait for others to join us this evening, my name is Diana MacDonald. I am the Regional Director of the Abundance Community Coin. So we are going to be waiting. I'm going to be just waiting for others to join us. So as we wait, let's listen to this song in the meanwhile. Let's enjoy.
One dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. It's not abundance, abundance, abundance. But blessing we God don't bring, go better than bring. It's not abundance, abundance, abundance. But blessing we God don't bring, God don't bring. Yeah.
Happy Independence, y'all.
Assurance we do it to fail. This kind of abundance we must celebrate.
Welcome to Abundance.
But the abundance I don't change my name. You son of abundance, everybody call me. We've been fighting seeds to get out of poverty. Here we are, You got what it takes. You ain't got no means. Here we are, One dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our
Continent, you. Think big, you.
I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you.
Think big, you.
Together we can do this in our continent. Think big, you. It's not abundance, abundance, abundance. But blessing we God don't bring, better don't bring. It's not abundance, abundance, abundance. But blessing we God don't bring, God don't bring. Yeah. Every clan, every people, communities, and every home, get your that coin, procrastination. If you don't know, that is the future. So give it a try and secure your future. Let us be meaningful, specific, not wondering generalities. Like it's all over, like it's all over. Let us be meaningful, specific, not wondering generalities. Like it's all over, like it's all over. One dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent. Think big, you. I say one dog, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent. Think big, you. Abundance, abundance, abundance. Abundance we God don't bring, better don't bring. Abundance, abundance, abundance. Abundance we God don't bring, God don't bring. Yeah. Abundance, abundance, abundance. Abundance is God to make a dumb abundance, abundance, abundance. Abundance is God to make a let us come together in revelation.
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing today? I trust you had a great day. Of course, today is your independence celebration. And I know in Trinidad and Tobago, you guys know how to party it up. Yeah? At least when I was living there, it was good fun for me. I really enjoyed your holidays, your carnival, your Diwali. I really did have fun while I was in Trinidad. I spent 4 years there, so it was a long time ago though, so I don't remember much. But this much I do know: today is your independence, and I just want to say happy independence to one and all. All right, so my name is Diana MacDonald, and I will be doing a second presentation called The Dawn of a New Currency for Trinidad and Tobago, Part 2. Let us do some personal development. Today, as I reflected, I remembered in my past that the type of person I was, I say to myself sometimes I am not really thinking very deeply about what I do, what I say, where I go. And in life, as you get older and as you mature, you do recognize that everything has consequences. And everything you do, everything you think has consequences. And so our minds are reflections of our hearts and our bodies and our soul. It's like a mirror. When we look into that mirror and we look back on ourselves, who do we see? What do we see? And I was encouraged today by a certain group of persons that, you have to start reflecting positive things into your life in order to become a positive individual. And tonight, I would just like to, before I even begin the presentation, to share that with you, to tell you that positivity is the anchor for prosperity. Positivity is the anchor for prosperity. And so, as we think it, when we believe it, it is true because we create our own realities, we create our own prosperity because we think it. And when we think positively, we definitely solidify prosperity in our lives. All right, so that's enough for personal development. Let's go into the meat at hand. Well, good evening, everyone, again. If you're just joining us, my name is Diana MacDonald, and I am the Regional Director for the Caribbean for the Abundance Community Coin. So, we are here tonight to talk about cryptocurrencies and the effect it's now having on the world. Do you know that right now we are part of the fourth industrial revolution of things in the world? Look at it. When we say the fourth industrial revolution, we are talking about the things that are now taking over the world. And if you can only think of one thing, and I can think of one thing, I think of robotics. It is all over. You notice now persons are losing jobs left, right, and center. And what is taking over? Machines are taking us over. I recall being in Maryland some time ago, and I went into the Walmart, and there are hardly any cashiers. There's just someone there for customer service purposes, because now you can even check out your own goods. You go into the bank, you go to the airline industry, and notice they have all these kiosks set up in strategic areas to assist persons to check in. The idea is robotics are taking over. Artificial intelligence are taking over our land. And so, with the evolution of money, there is no difference. In fact, money has come a long way. We have come from bartering to gold to the fiat currency to the plastic. Everybody wants a plastic. You can't do without it. And now, what is the new thing? It is called cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, powered by blockchain technology, is the new form of money that we're now entering to in this fourth industrial revolution of things. Now, I remembered when the first Bitcoin came out in 2009. There were some friends of mine, and let me tell you, I have testimonies every day of persons who tell me that yes, they have been introduced to some form of cryptocurrency, more specifically the Bitcoin, because that is the first type of cryptocurrency. And I'm going to show you a little video a little later afterwards to kind of help you to understand where cryptocurrency is going. And Bitcoin came out, and a lot of people, for some reason, did not take it seriously. I had a pastor right here in my land of Antigua and Barbuda, and he actually gave away his Bitcoins. Why? Because he just didn't think it made sense. I had persons who have signed up, paid for Bitcoin, asked back for their money because they did not think that it makes sense. I even have someone here on video, which I think I will share with you right now, about he did not make sense. He actually bought two pizzas with Bitcoin because he didn't want to pay with a credit card. He didn't want to pay cash. All he had was Bitcoin, and that is what he actually used. I keep on touching my neck because I actually do have a pain behind there. Yes, that's what he actually used to purchase his pizza. So let us take a listen to this video. And this individual, again, did not take Bitcoin seriously. And because of that, he gave away his Bitcoin for just two pizzas. Listen.
We could be moving towards a world without cash. From credit cards to Apple Pay and cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, cash is no longer king. When I say Bitcoin, you say what? Pizza. This is Laszlo Hanyet of Jacksonville, and it was a pizza delivery order 9 years ago that began the cryptocurrency craze.
I just told people I wanted a pizza and I want to pay with Bitcoin. I didn't want a gift card. I didn't want some weird exchange. I wanted to give you Bitcoin and you give me pizza.
The 37-year-old computer programmer created this thread in an online forum and posted that he would pay someone 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas. A user from England took him up on the offer, and these pizzas were delivered to Hanyet's home. At the time, the 10,000 Bitcoins were worth about $40. Today, they would be worth $100 million.
People ask me, "Oh man, what an idiot! Why don't you keep that Bitcoin?" And it's like, well, somebody had to start it off.
The pizza was purchased at this Papa John's on Atlantic Boulevard. There's even a plaque on the wall with the date May 22nd, 2010, and a proclamation that Jacksonville is the home of the first Bitcoin purchase. Tim Mosbach is the general manager.
It's just nice to see history being made here.
So here's how you slice it on how Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies work. It's like buying and selling a stock. The difference is Bitcoin is a computer file which is stored in a digital wallet app on your smartphone or computer. Every transaction is encrypted and is impossible to counterfeit. Do you trust Bitcoin?
That's a good question.
Don Wiggins is a professor emeritus of accounting and finance at UNF. He says Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are not controlled by banks or the government. You think the government fears cryptocurrency?
I think that it's anonymous and nefarious activities as well as perfectly legitimate activities can take place without the ability of anyone outside the government specifically being able to track payments.
As for Hanyet, he says cryptocurrencies and the cashless society is a dawning of a new day. Do you think it's the future of money?
I do.
In a different kind of dough than pizza. Ben Becker, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
All right, so right there you can see, you have seen for yourself the importance. And, some people just did not take it seriously. It was so important to him, to others, that he actually gave away Bitcoin, that he actually made the news, guys. Because again, he just wasn't taking it seriously. And there's so many persons who would not have taken it seriously. They often say, I often hear my grandparents say, a word to the wise is sufficient. And today I'm just sharing a word of wisdom with you that cryptocurrency is the new form of money for the 21st century. Here's someone who did not graduate from college, did not even finish high school. Why? Because he was kicked out of high school before he could finish. They even told him, you're not academically inclined at all. You're not academically inclined, so you don't need to be here. And his grandmother said, you know what? Go and flip some burgers. So he went and he flipped some burgers, and right there, his grandmother gave him $1,000. And what he did with that $1,000 is that he invested it into Bitcoins. And today, he is the world's youngest millionaire. Take a listen to his story.
Why are people snagging this $89 portable AC? I recently discovered how to refrigerate.
For making a lot of money for.
I think it's a wonderful time to buy Bitcoin. You can actually buy a fraction of a Bitcoin, so you don't have to go in and buy $10,000+ on a whole coin. But you can actually just buy $100, $50 worth of a Bitcoin. It'd be a great stocking stuffer.
So do you try, Eric, to figure out what it should be worth? Do you have any sense that, holy cow, this thing's up so much, I'm just going to cash it in and sit on my gains here? Or do you think, as we've heard some people say, it could go to $100,000 or $1 million?
I mean, I think cryptocurrency and thus Bitcoin is really the future of the financial system and the future of currency. So I try to avoid taking as much out as I can. I really don't want to do that. Whenever I sell a little bit of Bitcoin or pay for something in Bitcoin, I multiply that price by 10 because that's where I think that Bitcoin's going. And I think it's going to be huge, and I think it's going to be incredible. So I try not to take out any. I try to really avoid that.
So you made this bet with your parents that if you were 18 and a millionaire, they wouldn't force you to go to college, right? Which turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
So, and it sounds,
yeah.
But what happens if this thing now craters, goes to zero, what the case may be? What is your fallback plan now?
I mean, I'm heavily diversified in other cryptocurrencies. I'm diversified outside of cryptocurrencies, but I really do have a lot betting on Bitcoin because I really do firmly Bitcoin to me, it's not just an investment. It's not just maybe a get-rich-quick scheme, as a lot of people put it, but I see it as the future of currency. I see it as the future of the financial system. So I think that's where it is, and I think the icing on the cake is that it's a great investment. So I think that's what it's really backed by, and that's what I have a lot of faith and belief in.
Eric, it's Evan.
Did you hear Eric?
His
name is Eric Finman, and he is now the world's greatest millionaire because of cryptocurrency, and this specific one, it is Bitcoins. So we can see that cryptocurrency is our future. First, I showed the video of the pizza man, who of course just gave it away because he did not take it seriously. Like many of us are listening right now to the abundance coin. We're not taking it seriously, and we're just being nonchalant about it. And here is another young man who did take it seriously and has now become a millionaire. Cryptocurrency can change your lives. In fact, I am here saying to you that if you invest in cryptocurrency when it is cheap, when it gets to the market, right now, Bitcoin is 11,000 plus US. I mean, we can't afford it. I mean, you can buy a piece, yes, and that's what people are running after now. But the price is already so high. What we can do right now is invest in a coin that is cheap. And right now, we are offering you another coin called the Abundance Coin, a coin with structure, a coin with a goal, a coin with a vision, mission, a coin that has a lot of social programs that backs it. Why? Because we believe that cryptocurrency is the way to change us from poverty, to make our lives better. Listen, we must turn our cans in the cans and our dreams into plans. Don't say you can't. Turn it into can. Because if you can, then you will have a plan. Which means you will have a dream. Cryptocurrency can do that for you. Also, it doesn't make sense. Let us listen to the Eric Finman story again. Replay it in your mind. Eric Finman dropped out of school, invested in cryptocurrency, and now he's the world's youngest billionaire. Think of that. That took a bit of common sense, doesn't it? Really, it did. Guess what? Because he did not finish school. We're running off of all the degrees. Oh, we have the first degree, the second degree. We're going for the PhD, and we want to be acknowledged by society because we have all these letters behind our name. When there is a simple teenager who became a millionaire because he made a common sense decision. And what is more interesting about Eric Finman is that he himself now is lecturing PhD students on how to do investments and economics. The person who did not finish school, because he made a common sense decision, that is exactly where they have him now. But of course, society tells us that we have to follow the norm. We have to go to school, get a good education, get a job. Remember, all the Tashians, we're investing because we want to change the landscape of things. We need to change the economical landscape of things. We want our children to be able to be not job seekers, but job creators, innovators. That's what we want for our children. We do not want them now to be going through the same thing that we went through, working for the government, working for the private sector, 20, 10, 15, 5, 50 years. And then when we're finished, we can't even get to enjoy the money because all we're doing is eating hand to mouth, hand to mouth. We get it. It goes out. It pays bills. It buy anything. And when you look to go to the doctor to look after yourself, you don't have it. And of course, we trust the insurance. If we can trust the insurance with our money every time, just in case something happened, we can then take that money, invest it in cryptocurrency, and make a difference in our lives. The Bitcoin. We're back on the Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin is widely accepted. There's so many information out there on the Bitcoin. It is accepted in so many different countries around the world. In fact, there are ATMs, and I can share my screen, which will now show you all the countries in the world that already has Bitcoin ATMs all around the world. All around the world. We look at the United States of America, 7,430 locations of Bitcoin's ATM. Canada, United Kingdom, Austria, Spain, Switzerland, Italy. And the list goes on and on. So if all these companies, all these countries rather, have a Bitcoin location, it's telling you that it is coming. The new currency, it is coming. It is a wave. And if we don't look at that wave, if we don't take note of that wave, then you know what's going to happen? It will fly right over our heads. And no matter how much amount of fiat we have in our possession, it would not help us. It won't help us because cryptocurrency, we can buy and trade and make sense of cryptocurrency. Here in Antigua, the Chinese are coming in and they're swarming us all and buying up all our buildings with cryptocurrencies. We have so much industries here, and yet they're coming in and they're taking it all over with cryptocurrency. Is that what we want for our people? No, I don't think that's what we want. So tonight we're going to be talking about the rise of cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin. I just spoke about that. And of course, Bitcoin, like we know, is all over the world, and it's already so expensive. We can't afford it. At least people right now, I know there's some persons who want to buy Bitcoin. They're buying $100, $200 worth of Bitcoin just to get a piece of it. But you see, Bitcoin has already been through the test. So everybody thinks now, or they want to grab onto it because when it was cheap, they weren't studying it. Let that not happen to us. Oh. We are a community. It is called the abundance coin. We're not like one coin. We have a structure in place. We're not like the billion coin. We're not like any other coins because there are lots of coins out there that's called altcoin. But we know that we will make it. Why? Because the abundance coin community is a community of intelligent strategists who has looked at this and has taken it by storm in the global hemisphere. We have done it in Africa. We have done it in Spain, England, Europe. We are now in the Caribbean. We're in Antigua. we're in St. Lucia, we're in the Bahamas, we're in Cayman Islands, we're in Belize, and we're taking it by storm. Why? The Abundance Coin community is a powerful community. We have a whole team of persons who, of course, not only is there, but they're on our side working tirelessly to ensure that everything goes right with this coin. And of course, the creator of the coin, the CEO, Mr. Steve Williams, aka Mr. Abundance, he's such a humble individual. You know his face. You know, no one knows the face of the man who owns Bitcoin. They only have him down packed by name, but they don't know how he looks. Bitcoin is not even registered out there, and yet governments are accepting it worldwide. I just showed you how many ATM machines we have out there. Tonight, according to one famous author, he says, knowledge, if you don't use it, it is dead. Believe you me, it is dead. So tonight, you have to make sure that you make a decision to use the knowledge that I am imparting to you tonight. The Abundance Coin community, let me just share with you the Abundance Coin community webpage. And it is such a beautiful webpage, well strategized. Right there, you can go and you can see our homepage, the TAC community, which stands for the Abundance Coin community. It is the ultimate financial solution. You have the homepage. You have how it works. Everything about how it works is right here. You know, our TAC distribution, our Abundance IEO roadmap. When we started, where we going, all right, how it works, it's all right there. Then you can have tokens distribution. Again, our roadmap is right there on that page as well. Then we have our team of members. Like I explained to you, we have a group of motivated advisors and world of economists and developers that make up this team. And right here we have Mr. Steve Williams. He is the founder of the Abundance Coin, by a Black man for a Black people. And we have to give honor to him, because he saw the need. He saw the artificial scarcity. He saw the need for Black persons to own their own businesses. He saw the need for Black persons to be financially free. He saw the need for the Black person to now stand up and be noticed. And he has come up, along with his team, has come up with this coin. His face is right there. So there's absolutely no hiding. We're not like the Bitcoin people. We're right here, all up in your face, right here on the website. And if you notice, we have quite a few persons, educated persons on our team. We have Bishop Uche, Chief Financial Officer. We have Mr. Gabriel Samuel, Mr. Keston. Okay, I'm not going to try and call that one. Financial Analyst. We have Madam Clara Helena. We have quite a few persons. We have our European ambassador, TJ Brooks. We have Dr. Isaac Newton, Ariel Greatness. We have persons from Africa. We have our country managers and our regional executive directors. That's me. All right, and all the persons who manage the various regions. We have persons who manage the various territory. This is Mr. Anthony Wilson Morn. He is the National Executive Coordinator for Trinidad and Tobago, your country. We have from Kenya, from Uganda, from France, from Burundi, from South Korea, from Trinidad and Tobago. I believe that's the assistant, yes, National Director, Mr. Dominique there. In the Bahamas, we have Burundi, we have Uganda, we have Antigua and Barbuda, we have, and the team goes on and on and on. Tell me now, would you like to be a part of a team that has a great structure in place? Yes, we do have a great structure in place for persons who just want to take a read. So take a read about us. Take a read. Read our white paper. It is found right here on our homepage. On our homepage is our white paper. Right here. See, view our white paper. Understand exactly who we are, our passion, our vision. See that we have the philosophy that says, think big. Anything you can achieve, you just have to believe. Anything you can achieve, you just have to believe. Positivity is the anchor for prosperity. Remember that. Positivity is the anchor for prosperity. And then, of course, we can go on to the website here and we see our homepage. Like I indicated to you before, you can create and you can log in and create your own accounts, put in your account name, your email. There's an encrypt password that is generated for you. And of course, we're asking everyone to please save their passwords. You can save it and email it to yourself, take a screenshot of it, whatever you have to do to save it. Because, guys, I have people who have invested in Bitcoin and can't find their password. Oh, they're turning their emails upside down, but they can't even remember the password for the email because it was so long ago now. So we're asking you to secure your password, confirm it, tick off those 3 little boxes and click on create account. We also have a referral program. The referral program, you have your own referral link, and all we're asking you to do is to share the link. Remember, I told you last week, our aim is each one reach 10 with 100 TT. That's it. It's so easy. And how can you do that? Share your link to your family, your friends, your unbelievers, your believers, your neighbors, your enemies, your mommy, your in-laws, everybody. Share the link with them and invite them to the meeting. That is all we have to do. Don't you want to see your brother and sister out of poverty, suffering under the economic degradation of governments? We run into governments, we want handouts. We need to stand on our own 2 feet and let governments recognize it. We can take care of ourselves now. Yes, we can take care of ourselves. And one of the ways to do that is to invest in cryptocurrency. Invest. That's all we have to do. And we're asking you to invest in the abundance coin, an honest, transparent coin. There's nothing to hide. Everything is on our website, theabundancecoin.com. Everything is on our website. So there's absolutely nothing to hide. You have seen our faces. We're out there. We're coming at you. We're on the radio. Well, we're going to start that in Trinidad and Tobago just now. We're on the radio. We're there. We are there. We are selling you a coin right now for 50 cents US. The minimum that any coin out there is for right now before it goes to the market for certification. So we're offering you, we're giving you the opportunity before it gets to the market. If you don't want to listen to us now, at least you can listen to Christine Lagarde. You know what she had to say. Christine Lagarde actually said that digital currency is the way of the future. I would just like you now to take a listen to Christine Lagarde as she shares with you the plans for the Caribbean.
IMF Managing Director Christine Lagarde says the global economy is in a very fragile state. She made the comments during a conversation with Yahoo Finance's Miles Upland, and he joins us once again from DC. So, Miles, what other topics did you touch on today?
Yeah, outside of the headlines that we've gone through a few different times here at Yahoo Finance, we also extended our conversation and talked about a couple of interesting areas. I think Brian Chung might like one of these, and it's digital currencies that central banks might issue. We also talked about regulating some of the biggest tech companies in the world. Take a listen.
It's actually happening. When you look at the Caribbean islands and the Caribbean central banks and the Bahamas, actually, you have, I believe, 4 or 5 islands which together have decided at central bank level to go with a digital currency. So central bank digital currency is coming alive, It's not going to happen today. I think they have a 12-month experimental period that they want to go through before they actually launch for good.
And how much at the IMF are you thinking about the next 70 years of the global economy, and specifically on issues like climate change, which you mentioned today as an overhang on where this whole project might be headed?
Well, I think some of those global issues, like climate change, like corruption, are issues of general interest, and particularly for young people. So while we've served the international community for 75 years, we need to look at what is going to interest and motivate those who will be 75 years.
Did you hear that? First point that she made was that cryptocurrency or digital currency is happening. It is happening. And this interview took place a year ago, just about, because the banks in Antigua now are now looking into, digital currency. Because I had a friend who went to the same lecture earlier this year in terms of a demo of how the digital wallets work in the bank. So you see, people, it is happening. Get the tap coin now that is cheap to do so. For when we hit the stock market, when it is $1, it means that by then we do not control what the price of the coin will be, because so many persons have the coin. The utility will be so high that we're anticipating that the coin will increase rapid in value. So, like I said to you, we're not hiding under the shadows. We are a transparent organization, very genuine, very authentic organization. We have our website. Everything is out there for you to see. How you can register, how you can go to our homepage, you can read our white paper, and everything is there for you to see. So all you have to do is just take a look. And all I'm encouraging you to do, once you are blessed by what you have seen, share the good news with others. I promised that I will share a clip with you. I'll share a clip with you about cryptocurrency and exactly what other persons are thinking about it. But my screen right now says how to get registered. And I did show that to you. You use a link from someone else. You ask Mr. Bourne or whoever invited you to this meeting. You ask them for a link. You click on this link. You go to our website. You click on create account. You create your account. You click on OK. And you get started. You can fund the account. You can buy your Bitcoins and then fund your account with TAC. Of course, you can do all that. Mr. Bourne and his team, they are willing to assist you. So you can always just call upon them in your time of need, and they will show you how to invest and how to get registered in TAC. How to use your referral link. I did go back. I did talk about that earlier when we spoke about sharing your link with others. Each one reached 10 persons with 100 TT. And I know you guys can afford that. Just reach out. Ask person to invest in their future. Ask person to invest in their children's future. TAC has a slogan that says, one TAC, one child, one youth, one TAC. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the landscape, change the economical landscape of our children's future so that they do not have to depend so much on government and government agencies and jobs. J-O-B. You don't want me to go down the explanation of that one. But we are trying to help you help yourself. When the calm is over. Okay, so right now we are in a calm period. We're not buying any TAC right now because I think the rest of the world is waiting on Antigua. You see, because in Antigua, we have passed the cryptocurrency laws. However, Mr. Abundance has been advising the government as to how to legislate the law. I mean, not him alone. There's some other persons as well who are working together to make the law a little bit more crypto friendly. So until then, they ask us to comply and to hold off until they're finished with it. But we only have like 7 more days left. So once that is over, we call that the calm. This is now the calm. But we're going into the storm. The storm meaning I want Mr. Mon to report that Trinidad and Tobago is on fire for TAC, because I want to ensure that each one of you share the link, and persons are supposed to be investing in TAC, because the TAC right now is 50 cents. Did you know the TAC came from 2 cents and now it's 50 cents? So persons who invested when it was 2 cents, they have already made an increase on their TAC. Persons who invested when it was 10 cents, 25 cents has already made an increase. When you invest when it's 50 cents, and when it goes up to 75 cents, which by the way is just probably a month away, because we have to give back the time for the 50 cents. All right, so it's just a month away. When it goes up to 75 cents, you would have already made a 50 cents increase. When it goes up to $1, it means now you have already made an investment, an investment return of 100%. And of course, because so many persons are going to be using the TAC coin, the utility of it will drive it up when it gets to the coin exchange. So people, we're not here to fool you tonight. We're here to tell you the reality. The fourth industrial revolution of the world is taking over. We do not want the Doubting Thomases on board tonight. We want the Josephs and we want the Abrahams, the person who will carry the mantle forth for the freedom of Black people, the freedom of poverty. That's what we're looking for. And of course, we have some social programs all lined up, because we have the role, because we believe that the $2.5 million that we will be raising is to help something, to do, it has to go to something. So we have the rollback malaria program. We have that program. We also have the pay off the China debt to the Caribbean and to Africa. Listen, China is taking over everything, all the seaports and all the airports. Be careful, guys. It may not be happening in Trinidad, but it's certainly happening in the rest of the Caribbean and in Africa. We have to put a stop to it. Therefore, that is one of the goals of our program. Our program is not just, okay, it's a get-rich quick scheme and reinvest for yourself. No, oh, and I have money and you don't. No. We are trying to bring everyone on board as much as we can, because as we help each others, we are helping ourselves. As we help others, we are helping ourselves to grow, to become more financially sound, more financially free. We're helping ourselves. So therefore, we're asking that you stay calm. Right now, we can't invest. But like I said, this is the calm period, because a storm is coming. And that storm is that everybody, man, Jack, Tut Mun Samambagai. That's what I wanted to remember. Tut Mun Samambagai. I don't know if you understand, but that means everybody from the first to the last will be buying, should be buying TAC in Trinidad and Tobago. Just think of yourself and think of others. And remember, positivity brings prosperity. Remember, life is a fight for territory. If you don't fight for what you want, then what you don't want will take over. What you don't want is going to take over, guys. So please fight for what you want. I'm going to share one last video with you, because this one talks about the importance of cryptocurrency and the fact that persons are saying the predictions of cryptocurrency, the predictions. So take a listen.
Cryptocurrencies have been around for a while now. Although first conceived in the early 80s, it would take until the introduction of Bitcoin before it would come to the forefront of just about everyone's mind. In this video, we'll be looking at how we think cryptocurrencies would do in 2020, along with what Bill Gates, Elon Musk, John McAfee, Warren Buffett, and some others think about them. Bitcoin, released by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto, would open the Pandora's box, unleashing the magic of cryptocurrencies on the world with its SHA-256 encryption and concepts of proof of work. It also led to the birth of other cryptocurrencies called altcoins. Some examples of altcoins are Litecoin, Ripple, Ethereum, and so on. Cryptocurrencies are an internet-based medium of exchange that uses cryptography to ensure your transactions are secure and that your assets are transferred securely. It also regulates the number of cryptocurrency units created. Former CEO of Google, Eric Schmidt, called them a remarkable cryptographic achievement, while Warren Buffett, the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, asked people to stay away from it, calling it a mirage. So it might seem like the popular opinion on cryptocurrencies might be a little mixed. However, let's have a look at what the other great minds in the world have to say about it.
Transforming the underlying economics of financial services through digital currency will help those who live in poverty directly. It will also support a host of other development activities, including health and agriculture.
And for the first time, at least in my experience and my knowledge, freedom, true financial freedom, is possible with cryptocurrencies if we have the common sense to use them appropriately.
The common
Paper
sense.
money is going away.
Yes.
And crypto is a far better way to transfer value than pieces of paper.
So back to the internet, I believe the internet will have a native currency.
Really?
It'll have a native currency. And I don't know if it's Bitcoin. I think it will, because just given all the tests it's been through and the principles behind it, how it was created, and it was something that was born on the internet, that was developed on the internet, that was tested on the internet. It is of the internet.
So what's in store for cryptocurrencies in the future? One of the most important issues that cryptocurrencies need to address is that of regulation. Cryptocurrencies are often the preferred currency for a bunch of illegal activities like money laundering, smuggling, narcotics, and so on, thanks to its decentralized nature and anonymity. Regulatory and government agencies would aim to bring virtual currencies under regulation to ensure they aren't misused. Cryptocurrencies will also gain widespread adoption among merchants. Although currently they are being adopted, they still are in the minority. They would see more acceptance among consumers. The biggest challenge that needs to be overcome is the reluctance users have towards cryptocurrency due to their relative complexity compared to the formal forms of conventional currency. Other problems that would be solved are how a computer crash could virtually destroy all of a person's digital fortune, or how hackers could steal from a virtual vault. These issues will be combated by technological advancements. Although the nature of cryptocurrencies can be very volatile and near constantly changing, 2020 really does look like it will bring cryptocurrencies to the general public and widespread adoption. On that note, we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and
So
subscribe to our
as you
channel.
heard
Thank you for
from
watching,
other
and stay tuned for more
persons,
from Simplater.
as you have heard from other persons, Bill Gates, that other man, the others, they're saying that it will help person in poverty directly. It is the new way of the world. It is, for the first time, you can get financial freedom by investing in cryptocurrencies. Of course, we have the critics who will say what they have to say. But at the end of the day, cryptocurrency is still king. It is making persons become millionaires. Okay? So from tonight's presentation, I trust that you have heard. And of course, from one of my greatest poets, he says, knowledge, if it is not being put to use, it is dead to us. Remember that. As you go through the evening, happy Independence, Trinidad. But as you go through the evening, yes, you're winding down all the partying, just remember that knowledge has been imparted tonight. And so we're asking you to make a change in your life and make a change in someone else's life. All right. So let me go to the board, and we will now take all the comments. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask the questions so that we can address them here. All right. Well, Nikki Hippolyte says good night. Well, good night and welcome, Nikki. Welcome. Anthony Wilson Morn, good night, my leader. Well, good night, sir. I'm in the house, even though I'm not feeling too well. I have a pain in my neck, but God be praised nonetheless. All right. Ali Patrick. Hi, everyone. Good night. Good night, Ali. Welcome. Welcome. Mr. Morn is telling me that it's the 58th anniversary of independence. Ooh, that's a long time. Oh, Antigua hasn't reached there yet. So congratulations, sir, and to all of you. All right. Ali Patrick, I am Kenneth Patrick. Oh, okay, but my type is under my wife's name. All right. Well, hi, husband and wife. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This is great information for people. Thomas Connington. I totally agree with you, Mr. Cunningham. I totally agree. And I wish more persons were here tonight to hear of this presentation, because I recognize that if we don't share it so that persons can come, persons would not know that we're here. And we really want persons to know, because we want to change the landscape of lives, people's lives. We want to change it. All right. Selwyn Isaac, good night to all meaningful specifics. And that is so true. Tonight, you have come here because you are meaningful specific. It means that you want to see change. You want to see change in your life and in other lives. You're meaningful about what you do in life. And like, remember, I told you for my opening personal development statements, when I was young, you didn't think about what you had to do. You just did it. And you didn't think about where to go. You just went. And then you have to understand that you have to think positively, because positivity is the anchor for prosperity. And so in doing that, you have to be meaningful, specific about it. Just like cryptocurrency and whether or not to invest or not, you have to be a meaningful, specific. So thank you so much, Mr. Isaac. We do appreciate that. Of course. And our last person, Sharon Welch. Well, good evening, Mr. Welch. Welcome. All right. So thank you all so much for joining me this evening. And of course, we'll be here again next Monday night at 9 p.m. Trinidad like a late time, huh? But Mr. Mon said that's the perfect time. So we keep it at 9 p.m. And I will see you next week. Of course, same time, same place. My name is Diana McDonald. And I am the regional director for the Abundance Coin community. But before we go, let's just listen to this song. This is one of our theme songs. So it's a very great song to end our program tonight. Okay, so just listen to it as you say bye. As we say bye.
Think big you. I say one tag, one child, one you, one tag you. Think big.
Think big, you. Together we can
do this in our
continent. You think big, you.
It's now abundance, abundance, abundance. Of blessing we God don't bring, God don't bring.
It's now abundance, abundance, abundance.
Of blessing we God don't bring, God don't bring.
Don't you want abundance? I want to share abundance with all my friends, with all my neighbors, with all my enemies. So it's your job now to share.
This kind of abundance we must celebrate. Father abundance, I don't change my name. You son of abundance, everybody call me.
Thank you, Mr. Mon.
To get out of poverty, and we are. You got what it takes. You ain't got no means, and we are. One tag, one child, one youth, one tag, you
Think big, you. Together we can do it in our continent. Think big, you.
I say one tag, one child, one youth, one tag, you.
Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent. Think big, you. It's abundance, y'all. It's all about abundance. So, good night, everyone. I will see you next time on right here. Same time, same place. So have a good evening, everyone. Goodbye.
Procrastination. If you don't know that is the future, so give it a try and secure your future.